WolfQuest Anniversary Edition is a complete remake of the original WolfQuest survival game, set in Yellowstone National Park. You play as a gray wolf, exploring nearly 49 square kilometers of realistic wilderness inspired by Yellowstone's Lamar River and Amethyst Mountain regions. Hunt elk, deer, and moose. Defend territory from rival packs, bears, coyotes, and other predators. Live through dynamic seasons, weather, and day-night cycles that influence prey migration and behavior. Find a mate, establish a den, and raise pups, some of which can become playable in future generations. Optional Iron Wolf mode adds permadeath, where death ends your wolf story permanently. Play solo or in multiplayer modes like Saga Year or Full Saga, where players work as a wolf pack. Graphics and gameplay have been modernized. New wolf animations, ecosystem dynamics, scent tracking, hydration systems, and prey AI. This immersive simulation blends emotional storytelling with wildlife realism, letting you live life as a wolf across generations.
We kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
The Wandering Village is a unique city-building game where your settlement lives on the back of a giant creature named An-Bu. You lead a group of survivors fleeing a world poisoned by toxic spores, seeking refuge on this gentle giant. As An-Bu wanders through changing biomes like forests, desert, ocean ruins, your village must adapt to survive. Players gather resources, build homes, research old world tech, and manage production chains on the giant's back. You can influence An-Bu's route using a horn, but the creature won't always obey perfectly. You must balance villager needs with An-Bu's well-being, like feed it, heal it, and avoid parasitic harm. 3 gameplay modes are available: Tutorial, Challenge, and Sandbox mode, with adjustable difficulty and hostility modifiers. It includes a story mode, new biomes like oceans and ruins, along with trading and parasite mechanics. With its charming art, cozy soundtrack, and thoughtful mechanics, the game blends survival strategy with an emotional bond to a roaming creature.
I've dreamt of countless deaths. Yes, it's time to wake.
Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is a dark, open-world RPG, blending Arthurian myth with survival and choice-driven storytelling. It launched in full on May 23, 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series, following 2 years in early access. You play as a prisoner who discovers they share the soul of the long-dead King Arthur, and your quest is to reforge his shattered legacy. The game world is divided into 3 massive zones: Misty Horns, Sunlit Quanacht, and the Snowy Forlorn Swords, offering 50 to 70 hours of gameplay. With over 200 side quests, 250 plus fully voiced NPCs, more than 400 weapons, and 75 plus dungeons, the game is vast and varied. Your decisions matter. Hundreds of branching choices shape major story arcs, with up to 8 distinct endings. Gameplay includes melee, ranged, and magic combat, as well as diplomacy, crafting, fishing, cooking, and exploration. At night, the sinister force called the Wiredness intensifies, warping reality and unleashing dangerous foes. The game's tone is gritty and gothic. Immersive visuals, eerie storytelling, and mature themes of plague, decay, and myth. The game offers a deep, replayable experience that reshapes Arthurian legend into a haunting RPG odyssey.
Something happened.
Simple miner who survived a crash landing on a hostile planet. He quickly realizes that what was supposed to be a lifetime job opportunity turns into a...
The Alters is a sci-fi survival game released June 13, 2025 for PC, Xbox Series, and PS5. You play as John Dalsky, a lone survivor crash-landed on a harsh, radiation-soaked alien planet. To survive, Jan uses a rare mineral called rapidium to create alternate versions of himself, known as alters. Each alter reflects a different choice Jan could have made: scientist, miner, technician, each with unique skills and personality. Gameplay includes building and managing a mobile circular base that must relocate before sunrise to avoid deadly radiation. You explore in a timed loop, mine resources, build pylons, defend against anomalies, and race the rising sun each day. Managing your alters, balancing morale, needs, and conflicts is as crucial as gathering resources. The experience combines base building, resource automation, and a narrative rich in philosophical and psychological themes. Critics praise the game's originality, emotional depth, and thoughtful storytelling. The Alters challenges you to survive futures not chosen, mining your past and rewriting your fate.
Our alters have the necessary knowledge and skills that we desperately need to succeed.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
Five Nights at Freddy's: Secret of the Mimic is a first-person stealth horror game released on June 13, 2025 for PC and PlayStation 5. You play as Arnold, a Fazbear technician sent to the abandoned Murray's Costume Manor to recover prototype technology. The Mimic is a self-learning animatronic skeleton that can adapt to any mascot costume and become your worst nightmare. Unlike earlier games, you can move freely, explore rooms, solve puzzles, and hide to evade the Mimic. You'll use gadgets like noisemakers and scanners, and stealth is essential. Getting caught is deadly. The Mimic shifts costumes, like Jackie, Dolly, or Big Top, each with unique behaviors to learn. As Arnold gathers clues, voice recordings reveal Edwin Murray's tragic story and the Mimic's origins. Your decisions determine the ending. Submit the data, or activate Parachute.exe to uncover hidden truths. Themes explore grief, AI ethics, trauma, and the unpredictable dangers of human inventions.
Everything was going great until...
You're stuck here too, eh?
There's no telling what could have found its way into the facility.
Abiotic Factor is a thrilling co-op survival game that throws you into the middle of a scientific disaster. You play as a group of scientists trapped in a top-secret underground research facility after a massive dimensional breach. Think Black Mesa from Half-Life, but with way more crafting and co-op chaos. Everything's gone wrong. Aliens are flooding in, the military's covering it up, and you've got to survive using whatever you can find or make. You'll scavenge for resources, build tools, and even set up base camps, all while dodging horrifying creatures from other dimensions. But what makes Abiotic Factor unique is the teamwork. You and your friends will have to work together, fixing power, solving puzzles, and defending each other in intense combat. The crafting is super detailed, with systems for food, electricity, security, and even nerdy gadgets like EMP bombs or trapdoors. Every department in the lab has secrets, and exploration really rewards you. You'll discover lore, upgrade gear, and unlock new areas as you go. And don't expect to run and gun like in Call of Duty. You're scientists, not soldiers. Every fight is tense, and strategy matters. So if you love games like Half-Life, The Forest, or Project Zomboid, give Abiotic Factor a try.
Maybe it's simply our turn.
In Ghost Watchers, you and your team are paranormal investigators sent into haunted locations to track, identify, and capture ghosts. But this isn't just about watching. You're actually interacting with the spirits. Each ghost has unique behaviors. Some are aggressive, some are tricky, and some will just straight up try to mess with your head. You'll use a bunch of ghost hunting tools like EMF detectors, motion sensors, UV lights, plasma absorbers, and more to figure out what type of spirit you're dealing with. And once you've gathered enough evidence, you don't just leave. Nope. Now you've got to capture it using rituals, holy items, and teamwork. This is where the real chaos begins. The cool part? The ghosts can follow you, open doors, and even drag you away. So every round feels different, and yeah, it gets intense. You earn money for successful hunts, and you can upgrade your gear, making the next mission a little easier or just less terrifying. The game supports solo play, but it's 100 times more fun and scary with friends. And yes, proximity voice chat means the ghost can literally hear you talk. In Dune Awakening, you step into the vast deserts of Arrakis, not as a hero from the movies, but as a survivor carving out your own story in a brutal open world. It blends survival gameplay with MMO systems, so you're crafting gear, building shelters, and managing resources, all while dealing with sandstorms, heat, and of course, giant sandworms. The world is dynamic and dangerous. You'll explore abandoned research stations, spice fields, and Harkonnen outposts, all while competing with or teaming up with other players. Spice is everything here. Harvesting it gives you power and influence, but it also makes you a target, both for enemies and the creatures beneath the sand. You can align with factions, control territory, and even climb political ranks in the Landsraad, changing how the game's world reacts to you. Combat combines melee, ranged weapons, and special abilities, and it's fast-paced. Whether you're fighting in the dunes or inside a shielded Sietch, you can play Dune Awakening on an official server or a private server rented from a third-party provider. Every private server belongs to a world of other private servers, with each sharing social hubs and a deep desert. This means you can still enjoy Dune Awakening's unique, large-scale multiplayer mechanics, even when playing on a private server. In this game, you play as an engineer who wakes up alone in a massive underground mining complex after a mysterious disaster. The goal? Survive, explore, and find a way to escape. But it's not going to be easy. You'll have to manage your oxygen, battery, and health while exploring pitch-black tunnels, broken machinery, and abandoned sectors. Along the way, you'll craft tools, unlock doors, and power up old systems to progress, all while piecing together logs and files that reveal the story bit by bit. And yes, you're not alone down there. Meet monster girls with unique abilities during your underground adventures. Each has distinct personalities, but earn their trust, and they become powerful combat allies with special exploration skills. They also help at your base with farming, cooking, gathering, and production, boosting your survival efficiency. And also, strange things are moving in the dark, and they don't like visitors. In this sunless world, a comfortable, functional base ensures survival. Build workbenches, craft furniture, plan production and living areas, defend against underground creatures, and transform a crude cave into a warm home with your monster girl companions. The game's atmosphere is its biggest strength. Dim lights, creepy sound design, and claustrophobic corridors make you feel like something's always watching. This game takes us back to 1980s Texas, right in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. You're not playing as a soldier or a hero, you're just a group of ordinary people trying to escape the undead chaos. It's a side-scrolling experience, but don't let that fool you. The game is intense and full of depth. You'll explore abandoned buildings, scavenge for supplies, and try to keep your group alive, physically and mentally. Each survivor has their own backstory, trauma, and skills. And as the days go by, they get tired, hungry, injured, and scared. You'll have to decide when to rest, who gets medicine, and when to move on. Every choice can mean life or death. The gameplay blends stealth, survival, and strategy. Do you sneak past a horde or risk a noisy attack to grab extra food? There's never a clear right answer. And visually, it's got this grim, cinematic style. Moody lighting, detailed environments, and terrifying zombie encounters that really hit hard. The deeper you go into the city, the harder it gets. Supplies run low, tensions rise, and the infected become more dangerous.